What's bracking, guys? Welcome to the season premiere of Season 2 of my Leyton Orient career mode. So, it's been a long time, obviously. I actually played 5 matches. I didn't have the footage available to me. I'm sorry about what is this, like a 7-month layoff between the first season and the next season. But as I've told people before, I've had a lot of things going on with my life. Moved to Mexico, been trying to adjust to working. I was trying to adjust to working, and then now I'm not working, and now I'm adjusting to quarantine life and all that. So I do have a lot more time to obviously record, and I'm really sorry though for not having the footage of the first matches available to me. I'm not sure what happened, but obviously it's only 5 matches in. I actually don't mind. That's going to give us a little bit of a challenge. I guess I presumably struggled a little bit in those matches and simmed a little bit as well. I think the plan was to play like 3 or 4 matches and sim 1 or 2, but we'll take a look at the squad hub for you guys. So our goalkeeper right now, our number 1 is Jordan Wright with the beautiful pants. Then Wilson Alexander, the backup. Simonsen, our current starting left back. But Cook, the English fullback, is going to be pushing in for his spot, it looks like. He's very unhappy at the moment. He's going to be playing quite a bit more. Uskard is our captain, a very quality player. 61, only 61, which is a little bit low, obviously, but he's solid in there. Then Sorensen is our right back, with Gusens as the back. Plateman is our other center back, who is showing great potential. So I can either play him CB or CDM, and he plays pretty well there. Isaac Phillips has potential to be special at the 64 overall. Callum Davis, kind of a backup winger at the moment. Malcolm Walker was wonderful for us in that first season. No status, but we'll see if we can gain one eventually. Nicholas Price has an exciting prospect status on him. He's 72 overall, one of our best players. I think he actually is our best player. Cassidy was wonderful in the first season. Very good physicals. Lance Hill is a very interesting player, and I think you're going to see a lot more of him this year. As 1-star weak foot, but it says 4-star skill moves. Then Bradley Bennett was actually kind of a mix of a false 9 for us and a center mid. So pretty versatile, can play quite a few positions. Mikla Busta, backup winger. Vishkorek, 66 overall, was a very good player for us, along with Mitchell. Our 2 starting wingers, one is on the left, one is on the right, depending on how I feel like playing them. Bakaric, who showed what the end of the season, has showing great potential status on him also. So you see, of course, more of these players throughout this series, obviously throughout these episodes, as we'll get into this first matchup. It'll take a look at what is our preferred starting 11 at the moment, with Wright in net, Sorensen, Uskard, Plateman, Simonsen, making up the back line. Then the midfield is Cassidy, Price, and Walker. All pretty creative players. We may need someone to sit in as a CDM. Could end up being Plateman or Phillips. And then on the wings, like I said before, Vishkorek, Mitchell, and up top is Bakaric. Now, getting into this first action here, some good link-up play as usual, but a poor touch from Bakaric kind of put us in a bad spot for a second there. But good link-up between Bakaric and Cassidy. I'm going to play the ball back here. A good back heel. Walker with the turn. Has the shot. Unfortunately, hits that right in the goalkeeper's hands. So that was a beautiful turn by Walker, but he cannot make anything really happen with that. As I'll try to play out the back, which I've seen a lot more from the CPU, and they don't really do it successfully. Bakaric with a great turn, but unfortunately cannot put enough on that. Maybe could have gone near post, but like to see that action right away here from the squad, doing some good work in those spots. Bakaric has been really good for us so far. He was poor actually in the first part of the first season, but he really came on at the end, started to score some goals, and is definitely cemented himself as our number 9. Now, playing the ball back in the midfield, Walker, Bakaric, Cassidy. You can see some nice triangles here, some good build-up play. Good run by Price in behind. Going to look for the sweat to Bakaric, who's going to hit that one in the back of the net. So you can see his poaching ability right there, and some great link-up play between all the midfielders in general. Anyways, I love the 4-3-3, and I think we just have the perfect players to play in these roles, as we'll see throughout this season. But a good start here, 1-0 against Portsmouth, who probably are one of the clubs who likely could be in the promotion race battle. That's like promotion race battle. What am I saying here? It's been so long since I've recorded videos, but unfortunately a huge mistake. This was the first match I've played this career mode in a long time, and it definitely shows. I tried to just boot the ball forward, and that did not work out whatsoever, as they ended up scoring a pretty easy goal there. That was pretty ugly for sure. But now a little cross back post. It seems like the CPU just loves hitting those crosses and putting those crosses in, mate, but they never really work out. So hopefully that changes a little bit with maybe some sliders, or next FIFA just in general. The AI tendencies are better, because it can get a little bit boring defending, honestly, against the CPU. But some good play here from Walker back to Price. There's a good job shooting right there. Plays the ball back to Bennett, who's going to hold up the play the ball to Walker, who's going to look for a sweat back in the middle. Bennett is going to have a go. It's going to fall to Price, though, as basically Bennett completely whiffed there, but it turned out almost like a pass in the end, as the ball perfectly fell to Price off of kind of a deflection or a pass, maybe in the end is what it worked out as. But we will take that 2-1 against Portsmouth here in the 84th minute. Maybe one more chance to continue on and grab another goal. Going to play the ball through here to Cassidy, who's going to play. That's just an absolutely terrible shot right there. First time, just completely whiffed. Put that well into the basically it's the touchline. He almost got that to the corner flag, it looked like. But a good victory for us in the first match back, the first match of this episode of this season, recorded episode at least. But good attributes, good stats, good match stats. We created quite a few chances for us throughout. And we actually are going to be using our second squad quite a bit. So we do have two teams that I'll be using. You can take a look at the second team of Davis, Bakaric, Miklebust up top, Bennett, Phillips, Hill in the midfield, then Cook, Saric, Hill, Goosens making up our back line. And of course, there's two Hills on the team. Hill, one of them is a center back, and Lance Hill is our center mid. So the Hill brothers are going to be probably, big features throughout of this series. What I plan to do is I plan to have kind of keep this team the same, not scout too much coming into this kind of rounding out the season. I kind of want to have the same players showcased before we go in the championship, maybe evaluate the squad a little bit more. But a great ball into Hill, is going to chip this back post to Bennett. Unfortunately, cannot make that work out. Backer's going to hit the ball, going to be deflected around. Unfortunately, that was some good work around the box. So Hill, I'm very high on. He's, again, 4-star skill moves. He just feels so good on the ball. He feels super agile. Going to play the ball back here to Bakaric, who somehow hits that wide. You're going to take a look at this miss. You've been a lot of praise so far in Bakaric, especially in the last season going this one, but that is a shot that you cannot miss, or at least hit the goalkeeper or something. That just was absolutely terrible. And the ball played here to Davis, going to look for the ball back in the midfield to Bennett. Unfortunately, Chesney, that extra pass basically to Bakaric didn't work out in the end. Now Hill are going to showcase some of his ability on the ball with a little bit of a dummy. Now doing a good job making this run behind. I got to try using those skill moves a little bit more is what I got to do. Not much of a skill, but great link up. Hill getting back on the ball, just unfortunately could not get to the end of that and able to maybe take a shot on goal or get one more pass to make things 1-0. There actually was a red card. It was Miklebust. I did not showcase it. Completely forgot about it until now. Unfortunately, we lose this game on a wonderful near post shot here in the 87th minute, and that will round that out. We didn't really have too many chances, unfortunately. It was kind of a dull game. 3 shots, 3 on target from Gillingham, and 3 shots, 1 on target from us. Now, we'll go back to our basically first squad here against Southend, of course. So we'll try to get you guys used to all the players, all the two different teams we'll be using throughout. So it's basically 2 teams until we start to maybe have an injury bug or something like that. There's no injuries at the moment, which is definitely helpful to start the season. So going to get into this third match of the episode. I think we're going to try to get pretty quickly through these seasons, at least until we maybe get towards like the Premier League or Championship. So next season, possibly, if we get promoted in this season. But some good work defensively here. Price going to get back on the ball, play the ball back out wide to Simonsen. Has the ball into space for Mitchell. We do have some decent pace and dribbling ability on the wings, and we could always go back in the middle to some of our creative players. Some good work from Walker, back to Bakaric, going to turn here, go back in the middle, play this to Casti, who somehow does not score that, but Vishkodorek is there to tap that one in. So good work again from the midfielders, and we have one of our wingers on there on the other side to basically clean things up and grab our first goal of the game. And now in the 27th minute, looks like they could have a pretty good opportunity. Beautiful work, actually, from that player. Back in the middle. Usgaard needs to try to get to that. Unfortunately, he did not, but a huge save by our goalkeeper. Those goalkeeper pants definitely coming through in the end right there from right. Now, Mitchell playing the ball back in the middle to Price. Back to Bakaric. And he's going to play the ball through to Price. And just a beautiful link-up play. Wonderful near-post finish from Price. He has been incredible for us in these first 2 seasons. I believe he was like an equivalent to like our Scouting Future Star, or he just really was one of our best players in general. Also, yeah, he actually was our Scouting Future Star, I'm pretty sure. But a good ball played through here, and Price ends up hitting that near post, just blasting that by the goalkeeper, and just missed the tackle, did the Southend player. If he would have been able to get a foot on that, it would definitely probably change that whole play. But good work, good link-up play from our midfield and our strikers and wingers. That's exactly the type of play we'd like to see from our club. Now, Bakaric playing the ball through here to Walker. Going to have an opportunity and just hits the post post there. Maybe a chance for another go. Unfortunately, did not work out as we end up winning this game, however, 2-0. And that was a good victory, some nice goals from us, and we'll definitely take a performance like that as we continue on in this season. Try to get into some good form here. They only had one shot on target. We had 8 shots and 3 on target. But I'm definitely thinking things can change. With the CPU just sometimes just goes crazy on Legendary. It's kind of weird. I've actually recorded quite a few in advance, and you'll see it in one episode that the CPU just, or our luck in general, was not the best. Now here against MK Dons in this matchup. And I believe this is this is the first squad again, so the usual 11, the preferred 11, I'll say. Bakarich now with a good back heel to Walker, and Walker's going to play the ball to Bakarich, and I do not know how you miss a ball in such a terrible manner. I guess it was the bounce, but he completely skied that. That was awful. Now back to Casty here, playing the ball back to Bakarich. Going to try to have a go. Play the ball to Casty, though. Instead is what he elects to do, and that ball is cleared out. Now Simonsen going to cut in from that wing, our left back. Bakarich with a great turn. Unfortunately, that ball is just deflected, but Simonsen's going to come out here to clean things up. Price, back to Simonsen, back to Price, to Walker, to Bakarich. Unfortunately, does not work out. We'll try to press this and see if we can create a mistake, and that does happen. Bakarich with a good turn, going to fire the ball to Vishkodrek, who's going to hit that near post. I don't know why the CPU in this, these matches have been played on the past week or so, past week or two, and this Legendary is so unpredictable. I mean, if they didn't like playing at the back so much, it probably would help a little bit more, things to be a little bit more difficult, and if they didn't like putting in just hopeless crosses, that would make things a little bit more difficult as well. I definitely got to think about getting some realistic sliders. I think for the championship and Premier League is I think I would end up doing for you guys. But I kind of want to get through these lower leagues a little bit quickly, at least these seasons a little bit more quickly possibly. But a good ball here. Bakarich can unfortunately hit that a little bit right at the goalkeeper, but with some power up. Kind of trying to go, basically trying to roof it, but the goalkeeper does a good job in the end. Now, a chance on the corner here. Looks like Vishkodrek going to play the ball back out to Walker. Going to try to play this around the box here. Plateman going to play the ball to Price, to Bakarich, who's going to put this one in the back of the net near post. Very good job from Bakarich staying on the shoulder of the center backs and basically being in a perfect spot to turn and receive the ball right there to put down the back net. That's exactly what he's been doing lately for us. He's a good poacher. Just sometimes he definitely has some errant shots here and there for sure. Now Bennett with the ball back to Price. Gonna have one more chance here. Hill gonna hit that right at the goalkeeper. This is a man I love. Lance Hill is kind of one of my favorite players, honestly. I put him in at the striker position just to get him some more minutes because he's a youngster. Good turn. Unfortunately, I already had him beat with the turn, and I just shot right away. I didn't really need to take the shot, but good work from Hill in the end. He's showcasing his ability on the ball. He just feels so beautiful and light on the ball. This time plays it through to Phillips. He's going to hit this one near post, and a great assist from Hill right there. I really just like playing him anywhere, honestly. I think the wing, he has a skill moves, the 4-star skill. Center mid, he's going to be very dangerous for us, and even as a false 9 type of player, just a general striker, I think he can fit in all those positions and play fairly well. So it gives a lot of nice versatility to this squad. Even though he's only like 58 or 59 rated, he's just powerful. He can dribble, he can pass. It seems like he has it all, and he feels just incredible on the ball. Just running at the defense right here, he can just making players miss, cutting the ball back to Mitchell. Unfortunately, hits it right at the goalkeeper, but that is my man. He's got the sauce. We call him Lance Hill, baby. And another man with sauce right there is Bud Exeter. Very happy to see his club continuing on, grabbing some great results to start the season after first 5 matches, some mixed results, but of course, recently we've been seeing some better action from the club and putting ourselves in a better position as the season goes on. Obviously, tons of matches in the League One. I believe it's like 46 or 48. So just gotta try to be consistent. Try to grab, try not to take too many L's. I think we'll be fine. Now we'll get into a sim match here against Doncaster. I think really the aim for each episode is somewhere from 5 to 8 matches played and simmed is what I want to do. And we do win that sim, and we'll sim another one here against Blackpool and see how the results go. So a 1-1 draw, I'll take that. It kind of makes things a little bit more interesting. We do draw or lose in sim matches, in my opinion, rather than to just kind of steam through it and win every game. So now if you're using those beautiful blue kits against Walsall, I'm probably pronouncing that incredibly awful, whatever. That's probably just completely butchered. But if you guys are good at these interesting pronunciations of English names, let me know. I remember I just could not pronounce Leicester to save the life, like this, just at all before. But we'll get in this matchup here, and hopefully it's kind of a continuation of the results from before. Casty now on the ball. I'm going to play the ball to Bryce here. Going to use his strength. Just unfortunately cannot get through at the last second. But we'll press it again, but nothing comes out of it. Now Cassidy with the ball here out on the wing to Mitchell. He's going to look for the ball back. Then we've got a lot of runners there. To Walker. Going to play ball to Backridge, a little bit behind him, unfortunately. I think he was trying to play him through. It did not work out in the end. Now back to Backridge to Walker. Going to try to play all over top to Mitchell, and a great clearance from the defender there. Now good ball back on the wing to Walker. Going to look for a ball here to Price. Maybe one more to Vishkodrek. Unfortunately, it is just deflected. We're so close to the goal, but it's just not coming yet, it looks like. Now, some good work from Walsall around the box. Some beautiful link-up play, actually. Going to take a shot. Unfortunately, disguised it completely over the net. But that was some very good work from our opposition nonetheless. As the ball is being played here to Buckridge. Has a bit of space. We'll see what he does with it. He's going to take the space. Maybe take a shot on goal. Maybe look for the cutback. And he does. Unfortunately, that is a great read by the defender there to cut out that pass. And cut out, basically kind of end what looked like a very clear chance on goal. Now Backridge with the turn here, looking for Walker, maybe waiting for another run to Cassidy, and that is a great save by the goalkeeper. As you can see, Bucks, he's a little bit flustered. He's happy with what's going on. Unfortunately, not very happy with the finishing, and just trying to hit that near post was just offside, though it looked like Vishkodrek was. So this will end up being a 0-0 draw. Not the best kind of composure in front of goal, but for the most part, we didn't play too bad. It was not too bad at all. That was a fine result in the end. I mean, obviously don't want to lose, but I think that's one that Buddy knows. He definitely could have got away from his guys and probably surely could have gotten 3 points, or should have gotten 3 points from. But we'll take the result in the end, because we've had some pretty good results so far in this string of matches here. So I think it's going to be 1 or 2 more matches before we end this episode. Of course, I'll probably take a look at the squad hub again to see if anybody's grown, as well as the calendar and all that. So we'll be playing Fleetwood Town here with, again, that primary squad, that first choice, all these first choice players in the mix, and we'll see how they perform here as we get into this matchup. But thank you guys for all the support. Anybody who's watching still, I love you. I really am trying to get back in the mix of things with YouTube. I love YouTube for the most part. But a great ball to Walker. Again, the composure is not there. Could it be the same thing as the last match? A great ball, though, from Backridge to Walker. This time, Mitchell going to have a chance at goal. Hits it near post this time. A little bit of power, but a great save from the Fleetwood Town goalkeeper. So good bit. 2 big chances were just not taken here. Backridge with the turn. He's going to maybe try to cut back or to have a shot. Just unfortunately could not get it off in time. Backridge now with a good turn. Looking back in the middle here. Doesn't really have any options. He's going to have to try to go at this defender, see what he can do. And Vishkodrek going to hit this with a great block in the end. So it seems like Backridge sometimes gets left alone on an island, just because players are kind of making a little bit too antsy with their runs, or they're not making any runs or showing the ball. So have a little bit of a chance right there, possibly, that cannot work out. But a good job from Uskar stepping up. Going to play the ball to Cassidy into some space. Back to Backridge, to Cassidy, to Vishkodrek. And it looks like he's going to look for the cutback to Walker, and just hits that one past the goalkeeper. It looked like he nearly got that one with his feet stretched out right there. That was a beautiful move. Uskar with a great interception to help spur that one. A great reading of the game from our captain. I think we could end up changing captains eventually, because I think he's solely the fact he's a little bit low rated. We'll have maybe a vote on who the captain should be of the squad eventually, but thinking maybe Price. He's kind of one of our best players and our star players, but we could definitely go a few different routes in the end there. But now it looks like Fleetwood Town may have a chance on goal. And, that's some great play. Unfortunately, they tie things up here at the basically in the last couple seconds of stoppage time. Just not the best defense being played. Kind of all around there. Just kind of forcing themselves, running at the ball a little bit, ball watching, and then just not really marking properly in the end. Now, trying to get back here on this counter, though. Great job. Cassidy being released thanks to Price's hold-up play. Waiting for someone to make a run, possibly. Just ball is laid off to Backridge. Back to Cassidy, and that is beautiful. He did a great job waiting at the last moment to release that pass. Then Backridge having the sense to play that one across back to Cassidy. That was a beautiful play from him. Cassidy, again, is one of our kind of most powerful players. He has pretty good pace, agility, and strength, so he brings that to us in the midfield, and it helps definitely defensively and offensively as well in the attack. So Price trying to work the ball around the box. Back to Benu, comes on here to Bakaric. He's going to maybe play the ball across. Actually went for goal. It is deflected in the end for a corner. But however, we will end up winning this match 2-1. A very good victory for us. Not the best moment defensively there to give up that goal, but we created some chances and took advantage of our chances this time, which we didn't do in a couple other matches in this episode. But good work from us. Good work from the squad. Love to see it. 9 shots, 5 on target. That's not bad whatsoever. We're below target because I think of our youth development. Actually, is very important. They want us to sign 2 players who are assigned a defender position in the youth academy. So we will go ahead and do that. I just haven't really found too many decent players in the academy recently. So if you guys want to help out with nations, player types, definitely let me know. Like I said, I'm pretty far into the season. At least I've recorded quite a bit in advance, so that way I can have some episodes recorded in advance for you guys and not do what I did last time and basically fuck off. But yeah, thank you guys for all the support here. We'll take a look at some of the players. Really nothing too amazing. Eklund, I think, is going to be our backup center forward. He's a center forward. Actually, I'll just ruin it for you guys, whatever. And some other players who are kind of like wingers and stuff like that. We'll bring in the squad, maybe some backup defenders. But I'm pretty happy with the players we have so far. But we do need to kind of try to meet those youth academy expectations at least, so we don't have the board on our ass in the end. But some other players here from England. Nothing too amazing from what I remember. But we'll see if we can sign a player or two. So great job with the youth program. That already helped our manager rating, which is good because that is important and stuff. As we'll take a look into the youth academy. Toby Turner is 53. He's not too amazing in all honesty. Nothing too special about him. His agility balance is okay. Pretty much a lot of center forwards tend to be around that. Shikowski is our right back. And I think he ended up leaving the academy. I released him just because we had other fullbacks. I feel like that was a bad idea. That probably was a bad idea. Van Damme actually looks interesting. He's 16, but he's got decent potential. I think that right back decision probably wasn't the best, but Shigowski didn't really have the best physicals, and that's kind of why I wasn't happy. I know you can change fullbacks to center backs basically, and pretty much every fullback in this game turns into decent center backs. But other than that, you can see a lot of really just players who are below 55 for the most part. Nothing amazing has been popping up for us at all. So Bennett, just a 51. Carlson, kind of that gigantic gap between potential is kind of not the best. Eklund does have some agility and balance, so that does help. And he's a little bit better than Turner. He's better than Turner already. So if we need some depth at center forward, I think he'll end up being a decent addition to the squad. And I think we'll end up adding him to the squad if we do actually end up signing him. And he is going to play some games here and there and with the backup squad, so at least Bakaric gets some rest. And he can at least play like 45, and if anything, we can bring in Bakaric for the last 45 if we're struggling to get ourselves some goals. But we'll definitely try to look for some more maybe another backup striker. I think the whole back line, we could definitely try to find some players who are a bit better. Like we aren't too terrible along the back line, but there's a lot of training need to be done to get them to a higher level in both the first and second team. Uskar is only like a 61. I feel like for League One, he should probably be in the mid 60s or upper 60s maybe. So taking a look at the table here to round this episode, however, we are 9th in a lot better position. 24 points now. I believe we had like 7 in 5 games before, so a lot better pace when you think about that. I mean, 7-5, and then in 8 we got 24. So that's what I think. Yeah, that's like what 3 points. Oh no, I'm not even gonna attempt that math because I know we lost one or something like that. Math. Shut up, Josh. Math is terrible. My bad. But yes, you can see we did beat Bournemouth, who is one of the top squads along with Southend. So played against some important opponents and did grab some points against them. Accidentally went to the Europa League area there. And to round out this episode, we can also take a look at the squad hub for you guys. See maybe if any statuses changed or anything in that manner. Then Wilson is kind of our backup goalkeeper. Wright is our number 1. Some growth from some players here and there. You can see Simonsen growing by a few points. I've been also doing some training. I do need to train Uskard. Saric has grown thanks to training. I should probably train Peter Hill as well. Sorensen up to 63. Plateman up to 67. I've been training him really. Isaac Phillips again has potential to be special up to 65. Davis up to the 64. Walker up to 66. So some good growth there for sure. Then Price is still an exciting prospect up to 72. Cassidy 64. Was training him a bit here and there also. Lance Hill up to the 58. Hopefully we can get him up to around the 60 mark by the end of the season. Benny is actually a pretty quality player. He's been growing quite a bit. Vishko up to a 66. 68 is Mitchell. Eklund, you can take a look at the sign player. Definitely need to untuck that shirt. We'll see how long it takes me to do it. Because I know eventually it did take some time. I do like he has 4-star weak foot. So that's decent weak foot. It isn't awful, completely off. I do like to have at least 4-star on my strikers. So he can end up being promising. I mean, technically, there's really not too much to him at the moment. I think we got to raise that attack position for sure. Then 65 overall, no growth so far is Bakaric, but he's getting some growth here and there into individual attributes, but not to the overall rating. So thank you guys, though, for all the support in this first episode. Sorry for the long wait. I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Hit that like button if you haven't. I'll be signing out now. Yeah, I love you, and I'll catch you guys later.